ladies and gentlemen, what's going on? My name is Tom, and it's weird because we've done a video like this before, but it's closer now, so I wanted to make an update to it. Uh, Pretty much, this is the second to last day of being here in our home in Huddersfield. It's been too fast of a time spent here. We didn't know how good we had it back when we got this house. We felt so lucky and grateful because we moved from a really sort of odd situation to a really amazing situation, and it was amazing. And it's going to be the toughest couple of years to come because we've been so used to doing what we've been doing. We so had such freedom. We've had such just peace to ourselves to be able to not have to put anyone out, to not have to ask for a lift here or a lift there. We've been able to just kind of live in our own space and exist and just be happy where we are. And by no means is it the greatest house in the world. It's a really old house that's been rented out for many, many years to different students along the way. But we've looked after it and treated it like a home. Back in 2020, my mum and dad had to downsize, and I lost my family home, the home that I grew up in. Ever since being 1 year old, I lost that place, and it was weird because it was during the pandemic, and we didn't have much time to kind of grieve it or miss it or say goodbye to it properly. So it felt a bit rushed and it felt a bit weird. And then I found a home here, and I built a home here with my partner, and this place we've been healthy in it, we've been sick in it, we've had ups and downs of the boiler breaking and it getting too cold sometimes, or you know we've had our first ever sort of shared birthdays here, we've had our first ever Halloween here, we had our first ever X and Y and Z, we had all these different things. And moving back to our parents is going to be difficult because we're a lot further apart there than we are here, obviously. But it's just going to be a little bit difficult, and it is funny enough. It is only temporary. It's not something that's permanent. It's not like something we're going to be soaking all of our time in. We are going to be there as a sort of brief stopover. When you think about how fast time goes, and you think about how fast we evolve, me and Helen have saved collectively a good bit of money to put towards a house deposit, and that is the next step for us. And obviously, I want to do YouTube to the day I die. I want to do this for the rest of my life. And I'm working with brands and sponsors and trying to set up things, but if it means getting my house quicker with my partner, once again, like I have already, I will sacrifice what I love to do half time and sort of part time with it and get a full time job that will pay me mortgage, that will help me and my partner get our mortgage, because the deposit anyone can save, but putting money towards that mortgage is very important. So that is the next step for us in this new year, to look into jobs. And Helen has got an amazing one lined up. She wants to get into primary school teaching, which I think she'd be phenomenal with. She's helped me with my education. She made me actually start caring about learning, start caring about wanting to do better, start caring about wanting to succeed. And she's the reason that I've even been possible to come to uni, because she's put me in the headspace of learning things. And even if it's learning things in a slightly different way, she's taught me those things. And I've seen her with my nephews when my nephews have come to stay, and she's helped them with their work. She's so patient, she's so kind, she's so good with people, and learning is hard, especially if your teacher is terrible, and lots of teachers are terrible. But she is patient and she's persistent, and she'll teach you things in different ways if you don't get it the first time round. And I know from first-hand experience how good of a teacher she'll be, and if she really wants to do it, she will push herself, and she will make herself the most successful in that field, because she's one of those people. She's an overachiever, and she is very committed. And if she gets in front of that class, I know she'll do amazing things, and the next generation will be lucky to have a teacher like her. So if she gets that, and I keep looking for different things, just in the meantime until YouTube makes more money than that job, and I can help fund our house, and she can help fund it. And too many kids get stuck in this university trap, and I guess if you're someone who's our age and you're in the same boat, don't get stuck in that trap of you finish uni and you say about things and you put your mind to things, and then it's 5 years later, and it's 6 years later, and it's you've been at home for too long. Like, enjoy yourself there, go back, have a little bit of downtime, have a little bit of rest, but get working, get crafting, and get looking out for things, because you don't want to be the person who finishes uni and then goes and lives at home for 10 years, or 5 years, or 6 years. You want to go and have your own life. You want to go and explore the world and do your own thing, and you don't want to be trapped at home forever. You want to go out and live a little and do some things yourself and be independent. So it's scary if you've never done it before, but uni's turned me from being someone who had no idea about the outside world because I was just in this big house all the time by myself and had nothing external going on. Uni's turned me into someone who's more outwardly thinking, someone who plans things now, someone who's more conscious about plans and times and management and things like that. And uni's a great thing. It will make you come out your shell, and it can be a negative if you use it like that, or it can be a positive. So this has been the best 3 years of my life, and I know that these next 2 years are going to be very difficult, but I know in the end it'll be worth it when one day we'll stand in front of our new home, which will be our home. Not a rented student home, but an actual home that we've pooled our efforts together to get, and we'll be stood in front of that house, and you'll be here for that journey, and I'll take you on it with me, and it'll be a monumental moment to be stood in front of that home that we own, and that's the next step for us. That's the mission. So that's what we're focused on. So we're doing okay. We're both very sad, and every time we pack away, it gets very difficult. But we will stay strong, look after each other like we always do, and we will push forwards for the next big step of our life, which is getting our own home and getting back to this sort of normality. But in the meantime, it's going to be a bit crazy. It's going to be a bit difficult, but we're going to be okay.